My name is Stellan Myrick. I'm doing a speech class speech. This is my introductory speech. It's called Any Old Bag Will Do. For my bag, I have my laptop case. I chose this because this is where I put my laptop in. And my laptop is part of my work. Of course, I do computer work. And it's also part of my pastime because I'm a big fan of computer games. Inside, my first item would be piggy bank here to demonstrate that one of my goals for the future is to become more financially secure, which is one of the reasons that I'm going back to school. So, there you go there. I'm sorry to put you through this. I'm a terrible speech person. One of the items in my book on speeches says, don't tell your audience that you're bad at speeches, but since this speech is about me, I feel it wise, or one of the things that I need to do to describe myself. Other people say that they're bad at speeches, but I truly am. They say they're bad. They go up and make a speech look like a CEO 500 person, but me, I truly am fearful. So you're about to witness that. Now, my family was born and grew up in Alabama. I'm the only one out of my family that was actually born in Tennessee. I've got aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews that are, lived and born and bred in Alabama with, I declare, a common term. Not something that someone would look at you crazy about. One of the aspects of Alabama right now, of course, is the football team. I'm a huge football fan, and over the last 10 or so years, they've been really one of the best in college football. And as a person from Alabama, football is really big in that state. You have to choose to be a fan of either Alabama or Auburn, which is another in-state team. Tennessee, everybody can hate and agree on. Also, in that area, farmers, it's a rural area, so there's a lot of farmers and very family focused. Time spent with the family, and those are things that are values that I have as well. My dad was a freeholdingist preacher, and my mom was a nursing home administrator, which caused us to move around a lot. As a person that moved around a lot, I never did really have friends, stay long enough in one place to have friends, except later in life, around 8th grade, I moved to Burrstown, Tennessee, and was able to stay there from there to graduation, and actually made a few friends there. During this time, my dad built a 2-story mini mansion while my mom worked as the nursing home administrator. Both taught me to work, and that is part of who I am as well, respecting other people. We were poor to lower middle class, depending on your point of view. A lot of things depend on your point of view. I had red hair, now it's gray, but I was red-haired backwards maybe a little bit, and so my mom influenced me to take Kung Fu lessons. And so I did that, got up to brown belt. They wanted me to take black, but I didn't want to myself because I didn't think I was ready for that. But one of my claims to fame is during one of our demonstrations, putting it on for little kids. After we put on the demonstrations, one of the little kids came up and asked me for my autograph, so that's kind of cool. The country around this East Tennessee area is very beautiful, and the people are very friendly, and I found that the further you go east, the more friendly people tend to be in my experience. But these things developed my love of the outdoors and strengthened my belief in being good to people. Also, when I was young, I was around 15, I had a computer. I was one of the few at that time to have a computer at that age. So my math teacher would asked me about answering questions in math class, I guess because I had a computer. He thought that I should answer everything. To wind it up a little bit, when I got drawn, brother was an electrician, I decided to go into electricity for a little while. Then I eventually got into doing contract computers, doing networking. Here's some, if everybody wants one, I'm going to pass it on down. Maybe take one. One of the things I do for networking is I do wires. You can take this, flip it around. It takes the outside shell, the insulation off, and kind of one of them, as my daughter would say, nifty things, satisfying things you can do on my work. And another thing, as you see here, on the weekends, during football season, I work for the NFL Titans doing their Wi-Fi. So I took my love of PCs, gaming, turned it into a job, a contract job. And I feel remiss if I didn't mention my wife, my child, who's another claim to fame. And so one of the last thing, I guess, is my love of music. I love to I play piano in my dad's church, and I love playing guitar, and I guess that's it. Thank you.